Hello everybody and welcome to online webinar How to Start Yachting. I'm Sabina from Media House and today with me is the CEO of Ursus Yacht Institute, Ms. Urška Erala, and she will tell you everything you need to know about yacht industry. In between, you are kindly invited to ask any questions if you have, and Urška will try to answer them in between. But first, I think that we are all curious, how did she start? And I'm asking her to share with us her story. So, Urška, please.
Thank you, Miss Sabina. First of all, welcome everybody. Let me tell you my story to know exactly how did I even started in yachting. 10 years ago, I was at exactly the same point as you are today, wondering how should I get better lifestyle, better income, travel the world for free, and to have lots of adventures and stories to tell when I will be old. I lived in Slovenia and worked in regular job 9 to 5. And of course I wanted more from life. I was young and ambitious, and what I did was, listen to this, I applied for a job interview at cruise ship and I got it. I resigned in my job and flew over to Trieste in Italy for my first adventure aboard cruise ship. I actually stayed for 2 years working in duty-free shop as assistant manager, and believe me, it was a very special story and definitely experience for life. But for sure, you always look for other opportunities, and I was very open-minded, and that's why I heard from my colleagues that there's another industry called yachting. Different than cruise lines because it's a boutique tourism where you travel to the beautiful destinations and of course you earn lots of money per month. After 2 years, I finished my contract, went home, got a nice holiday, and of course, again, courageous enough, booked flight ticket to Catedral Azur, where all the yachts are based, and went for job hunt face to face. I didn't know what I was doing, where should I go, who should I even ask where to start. I was wandering around with my suitcase in ports, and if I remember today, I cannot believe I did it. But believe me, it was not easy. I struggled a lot. I definitely invested lots of money in accommodations, in lots of certificates, because I wanted to be professional from day one. Lots of times I was thinking, should I just go home and give up? It's too hard, not everybody would do this, huh? But because I'm ambitious and stubborn enough, I made it happen. I wandered around, asking around, where should I go, what should I do? I was really lost, and believe me, I would be very blessed if there would be an older Urška Erala 10 years ago to guide me through the whole process with the shortcuts, not to struggle as much as I did. Because believe me, I almost had a heart attack a couple of times, but in the end of the day, I made it happen. How did it happen? When I was accommodated in crew houses, I definitely met lots of people which were trying to get to this yachting industry for 2 years, for 2 seasons, and they were really, really disappointed and of course complaining. And I was thinking, my goodness, this is really hard, huh? But, I believed in myself and I said, I will make it happen regardless of anything. So I heard about one job opportunity for short term, applied, went to the dock, talked with the captain, and got a trial for a couple of days and got on board for 1 week. And believe me, the officer and the captain were so happy with my work and attitude that they offered me a contract for the season. Good one, huh? And for sure, I was lucky enough and stubborn enough to make it happen. And if I could do it, you could do it also, for sure. First of all, what motivates you? This is the question that you should ask yourself. And how satisfied are you with your current job? And regarding to COVID, I would like to ask you, how many of you lost the job because of COVID? In yachting, only 12% actually lost their job because of COVID, and there's only 15% of unhappy people on board a yacht with their income. That's the right reason, don't you think so? And there's lots of other benefits that you will gain where you will enter to this industry. And let's continue with further on with the benefits that you gain beside the things that I mentioned to you. First of all, of course, why should you even start? I knew why I started, and you should know also. Do you even know do you need to be? What do you need to do? What kind of information you need to gather? I didn't know anything about it, and I went through the hard way, and I would like to help you with quick fix solution to, of course, save a lot of your nerves, time and money to get into. And that's why we are here today, to engage you with a perfect solution in the shortest way for you to gather, and that's why we are here today to help you out. For sure, I will possess all the important data and pass the guidance with individual approach like no other, and this of course will save you a lot of money. Let me ask you, what is the average salary in your country? In Slovenia, the average salary is 800 euros. And what is the salary for the junior stewardess aboard a yacht? The beginners earn 2,500 euros. What do you think? Good one, huh?
But Urška, this is per month probably.
Yes, Miss Sabina, this is monthly salary, and if you work on charter boat, which is rented throughout the guests, you get extra tips in your pocket.
And what are those tips, Urška? Is this 50 euros, 10 euros, or is this, I don't know, 100 or maybe more? Probably we are all curious about that.
Let me tell you a story, and now I remember it. On my first boat, which was called B Beach 2, where I embarked in Antibes, in Côte d'Azur, I got my first salary, and because it was a busy charter boat, each week we got tips. Because the guests were happy, they usually give 10% of the payment per week. Usually the charters cost around 200,000 euros per week. And you can calculate 10% per each crew member, it's a couple of thousand euros in your pocket. I remember my first tip when we said goodbye to our guests. Captain congrat us and of course gave us the tips. I got 2,000 euros straight in my pocket. And believe me, this is extra money where you cannot even imagine how much you can earn. So for sure, it's worthwhile for you to work hard and later on play hard. While you will work, you will also meet lots of new people, new friends for life. Crew members are coming from all around the world for a better lifestyle, income, and they will become your family, friends, with which you will celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, explore the beautiful destinations, and of course, memories for life. I still have lots of friends from all around the world, and for sure, they are very pleased that we met on our journey of yachting. Of course, you will travel all around the world, and as we did it, starting in Mediterranean, in Europe, we did a crossing, for a couple of weeks, and in the end of the day, when we finished our trip, we embarked in Virgin Islands on St. Thomas, where we visited the Charlotte Amalie, and we had an amazing time, good shopping, lots of cocktails, and of course, gathering with all crew members as much as we could.
So Urushka, there is not just work then. You can also have some fun and also earn a quite nice money.
That's correct, Sabina. For sure, if you don't have guests or owners on board, you are able to enjoy as much as you can because you do have money and you can do whatever you want as long as it does not affect the work later on. And of course, don't forget, you don't have any expenses while you're working aboard. You don't pay for food, beverage, you get the uniforms, and you have free accommodation. So all you need to do is to have the right mindset, positive attitude, and team spirit, and you're ready, steady to go. Believe me, been there, done there. You have, of course, as I said, stories to tell for life. For sure, you will work for the celebrities, for rich and famous, and from my part of the story, I worked mostly for the Arab owners that came from rural families. And first of all, I worked on my first boat for Prince of Qatar, which, believe me, landed on our yacht with 2 black helicopters, 10 bodyguards, personal nanny, butler, etc., etc. When it happened, believe me, I could not even believe it, because it happened only in movies until then. But nowadays, of course, I have lots of similar stories for you to tell and, of course, to share with my pleasure. Where you will travel? For sure, Mediterranean and Caribbean are the destinations that you will engage while you will work on board. Mediterranean season starts from April up to October, and after crossing, you can do another season from November till March. So it's all about your decision. Either you work only seasonal, temporary, or all year around. It all depends on your goals.
And where is this other season?
Caribbean, you travel to Bahamas, St. Thomas, St. Martin, and for sure, as I said, you will have a joy for life. Amazing views, lots of shopping, especially for the girls. And of course, if you go to Abu Dhabi like we did, on Grand Prix Formula 1 on my last boat, you will go through Corinth Canal. And believe me, I have another story to tell. We actually got 5 bodyguards with guns and all the safety equipment to protect us from pirates. Can you imagine? I could not believe it. After 10 years in yachting, I said to myself, Mamma mia, look at this, it's happening to me again. And voila, again, another story to tell. And as I said, this can happen only on yachts. So don't forget, if everybody could do it, everybody would do it. And that's why we are here today, to make it happen for you. Another story to tell. Rich and famous, of course celebrities that you work for, came on board many times. And when they come on board, they always invite their other celebrities on board. On my last boat, when we were in Grand Prix Abu Dhabi, our boss celebrated his anniversary with his wife. And guess who came on board? Robbie Williams came and sang all night long for us. What do you think? Good one, huh? Concert while you're working, serving with your smile on your face, and at the same time having an amazing time. I think it's worthwhile, huh?
I think it's a dream job.
For sure it is, but don't forget, it's not walking in the park and of course enjoying your off time. But as I said, when you work hard, you play hard, and it's worthwhile, believe me. Because in the end of the day, when you finish your season, your pockets are full of money and you go home with a smile on your face.
Great. Ursha, let me check if we have any questions. I think we have one interesting. Is everything in English, or are some other languages also important?
Good question. The official language on board is English. For sure, you need to be fluent in English. If you are fluent in any other languages, it's more than welcome. German, Italian for sure, French, German, Russian. These are all the languages that will benefit you on your CV. And the owners that are using their luxury yachts for private usage only, they usually prefer crew members on board with the same nationality. On one of my previous boats, I worked for a Russian owner, which I was actually able to communicate in Croatian language, and he was very thrilled about it. Believe me, and you get extra points when you can communicate in their own language, and for sure you can make it happen. Any other questions, maybe?
I think that we can go on, and then we will also answer some other questions.
Okay. Let's continue as we planned. Probably you're asking yourself, why should I even join Ursus Yacht Institute? Do you think you can do it by yourself? Maybe, maybe not. When I was looking for my first job, I met, as I said, lots of people which were struggling to get a job for a couple of seasons or 2 years, or didn't even make it on board. And that's why we are here today, to give you all the tips and hints that you will make it happen. So instead of looking for your job 2 years or 2 seasons, I'm sure you can get it in 2 months. With my personal guidance and of course the support, we'll make it happen. I'm always here for you on WhatsApp or emails. I respond quickly and you will never feel alone. Yeah? And that's why I would like to present you what exactly do you get when you will join to Ursus Yacht courses. The content have either individual coachings, either online modules because of Corona, of course, and you will get all the insights with a know-how solution, how you need to get started, where do you need to be, what kind of directions do you need to take, and what are the differences between cruise lines, catamarans, luxury yachts, and of course, mega yachts. Because, believe me, I worked on yachts from 35 meters up to 123 meters. And there's a big difference, believe me. You have to know what you're doing from day one. Because these references will be very important for you in your future in yachting career. You can only make it happen if you do your work good, you have good references and the right mindset. Otherwise, you can be out of this industry very quickly with the big consequences. Yeah? When you get on board, you realize that there's crew members like captains, officers, chefs, etc., etc., and you need to know who are you responsible to and who are your superiors. What exactly are your duties and responsibilities? Do you know that? As stewardess, you will have lots of duties and you will be responsible for all the interior under the chief stew. I started as a junior stewardess, needed a couple of years to get to second stew role, and of course, to get to the chief stew, you need lots of experiences, good references, and of course, a strong mindset that you can make it happen. And as I said, if I could make it happen, you can make it happen too. Huh? Do you know which certificates do you need to get? And how do you need to even start? How much do they cost? Where do you do them? I didn't know. That's why I was asking around, and believe me, 10 years ago there was not lots of information online, and that's why I was really struggling. But, you know, where's the will, there's the way.
But Ursha, can you also work on yachts without the certificate? Is there any other way or possibilities if you don't have them?
For sure not. Let me tell you a story. If you don't have the right certificates, you will not even step on board. We actually had lots of junior stewardesses which applied for their job and didn't mention that either their certificates were not valid enough or that they don't have certain certificates which were not MCA approved. What happens next? You're off the boat immediately. So I will not play with this kind of games, please. Maybe another story. One junior stewardess was employed aboard, which told us that she is perfectly healthy and she didn't have any medical issues. When we were very busy during the charter season, you know what happened? We realized that she has diabetes because she had attack and she asked our crew chef to give her injection in the middle of the charter with guests on. Me and captain were totally in shock, under stress, and junior stew in a shock, and nobody knew what to do. What do you think happens in these kind of cases? Again, you do your job professionally until the end of the charter, and then of course there's another junior stewardess joining us with the same boat. Hard, but real.
Great. Ursha, maybe one question here regarding to certificates. Can we get a certificate with your webinar, or how do you get it? So probably if these members will join your webinar, they will get all the information, or I don't know, you will tell.
Yes. When you join Ursus Yacht Institute, you will get all the directions. Which certificates do you need to do? How much do they cost? Where do you do them? And how do they look like? I can just show you a couple of them. So some of them you do them in person, in training facilities. Some of them you do them online. It all depends on the role, but without them you cannot even apply for the job. They are valid up to 5 years. If you are doing the medical exam, it's valid 2 years. Yeah? These are online courses which all the stewardess needs to take. And all of this information you do get at our modules, and that's why we are here for you. You don't wander and you don't struggle by yourself. you get everything written, you get all the support, all the questions that you have, like we did with previous candidates. We are here for you, don't you worry, you will not be by yourself. And of course, when you finish with all the courses, all the documentations, you are on job hunt. Proactive and being very persistent is very important. Let me tell you, you shouldn't worry because there's lots of opportunities. Statistics say that there's more than 15,000 yachts that are looking more than 3,000 crew members each year. So believe me, there's lots of job opportunities, you just need to go for it. Because nobody will do it if you are not doing it, yeah? It all depends on you, and that's why we are here for you, to have shortcuts to make it happen as soon as possible. Sabina, do you have any other questions?
Yes, maybe this is interesting. Nika is asking how is with the free time while working?
When you work long hours, your superiors, in your case chief stewardess, makes schedules where you have by your contract, which is of course supported by MLC regulations, you have of course of time breaks at least 2 times per day and enough of night rest. When you have guests or owners on board, you do not step off the boat and you do not engage with the guests or enjoying your off time, but you do your work professionally. And of course, when you finish with the charter and the guests are happily leaving the boat, you wave them goodbye with your smile on your face and tips in your pocket on swimming platform like this one. We did it on Big Beach too. When we finished very hard charter, working really hard, but in the end of the day it was worthwhile. What happened? When we waved them goodbye, straight after that, we made a quick meeting with captain, with all the crew members. We changed to our swimming suits, went on jet skis and water slides and enjoyed like guests with water toys. Jet lag flyer and of course jet skis, water slides are all there for you, and believe me, if you are at home, you can only watch it on your TV. In this case, you can enjoy it by yourself and have a memory for life. Good one, huh? Don't you think so, Sabina?
Exactly, life in dreams.
The last but not the least, I will introduce you Yachting CV, which has special form, special profile picture that you need to have because it represents you, and it's important for you to apply for the job with a certain certificates, of course, and the right CV, which again help you to get the job. We are also here for you to have the right CV, and of course we train you how should you present yourself at the interview. Because believe me, appearance in yachting is very important. And how do you behave and what kind of answers you have on interview are very important. You need to have perfect answers, and because there's lots of people that would like to get the job, you need to get the right attitude and to give the best possible first impression on captain and chief steer.
Okay, Ushka, maybe one is interesting question here from Valentina.
Yes?
She's asking, I already have the stewardess basic training and the English one, but I don't have previous experience in private yachting. Is that a problem?
No, because if you're keen to step aboard a yacht, we'll train you, coach you to know exactly where to be, how to do it, but in the end of the day, it's all about your proactive approach and being at the right place and at the right time. the biggest challenge is in the beginning how to get aboard for the first time. It's very hard to get into, because believe me, I wanted to be in this industry for about 2 or 3 years, and in the end of the day I stayed for 10 years. So as hard it is to enter into this industry, it's very hard also to exit, because you really get used to good income and good lifestyle. And of course that's why we are here for you today, to make it happen, not to be by yourself.
Great. Maybe another question. Petra is asking, what happens if you are not available to start to work? I think that probably she means that maybe when you should start on the date, that you are not available. I don't know really what she meant, but maybe, I don't know, she can't. Is this a problem? Probably you have to be on time. If they say you have to be on board tomorrow, you have to be on board tomorrow. You cannot say, okay, I will come in 2 days. Or?
No, for sure not. This is very good question. Thank you. And I would like to let you know that most of the time when you're in yachting industry, you are on standby. It happened to me many times. Even when I went home for short holidays, they called me today to join the boat tomorrow. So you need to pack your things in 2-3 hours in small luggage and to be ready, stay to go the next day. Because as I said, there's lots of yachts that are looking for lots of crew members, and you're not the only one. And if you're not taking it when they need you, the other stewardess will. So don't be, very, not flexible, but just be responsive. And if you want to make it happen, you have to be responsive and available at all time. But don't even think about it, because as I said, if this yacht will not employ you, another one will. If you have good references or the valid certificates and the right appearance and attitude, you are, of course, good to go. So
I think that all those things, all potential candidates will find out in your modules further on in details, probably. So they don't have to worry how to do it, or how to behave. You will tell them everything.
For sure. I trained lots of candidates until now, and they were very happy. We got really good testimonials, and I learned hard way. And I would like to give you all of my experiences based on my true stories that will help you to have open-minded thinking, and of course to have the quick response in the right way, not to do any mistakes that would cost you yachting career. Yeah. Voila. If we are ready, let's catch the next chapter. When you do all the certificates, you do all the trainings, of course there's a little bit of investment. I would say around 2,000 euros. But what do you talk about? You get reimbursed with your first salary. So what are you waiting for? Because, the season is coming, Mediterranean, in April, and now I think it's perfect time for you to start. And when you finish all these courses, of course, we will connect you with our community, because we have under the same roof lots of facilities with a worldwide network, which will help you to get your first job opportunity. We are connected with recruitment agencies from all around the world. Yeah, France, Croatia, Slovenia, Florida, etc., etc. And that's why we are here for you. You get everything at one place, a quick fix for you to get everything at one place, not to wander around. Where do you even stay when you're looking for your job? You stay at accommodation that's made only for yachtists. You will meet your same-minded people which are struggling to get into, and we are connected with the owners of crew houses from all around the world, which were already, noticing that there is interest. And of course, when we get the job offers, we introduce and of course give the good comments to the owners and the yacht captains and officers to even get you on board for the interview. And then in the end of the day, it's all about your impression, professional attitude, for you to know how should you even handle yourself at the interview. Because, let me show you, yachting etiquette is like no other. Protocols, standards, they need to be on 7-star service. Yeah?
So,
how? Yeah?
Also, appearance is very important. So you always have to be tidy, elegant, professional, no jeans or something, probably not even in your free time.
Yes, that's correct, Miss Sabina. You need to be professional all the time, 24/7. Yeah, because you represent the boat, which costs a couple of millions. And of course, that's why we are here for you. We guide you through all of the process, and for sure, you will make it happen. You get also the information, of course, online, where to look for the job, where to apply. We connect you with all the online yachting sites. We give you all the hints and tricks for the strategy, how to look for the job, where to be, what to do, what to say, what not to say. Because believe me, only one mistake can cause you to get out of this industry before you even get started. Yeah? It's very important for you to know what you're doing because you're being watched all the time. Yeah? And voila! From my part of the story, let's see if you have any questions. Otherwise,
yes, maybe we have this question. How long does it usually take to get the certificates?
If they have monthly courses, of course, you need to do them in 1 week. For the basic safety training, you usually do them in 1 week. You have lectures and then in the end tests, etc., etc. And then you have to apply for medical exam at the special doctors, which are approved only for the yachting. And of course, online courses, you can do them in couple of hours, 2 or 3 hours, and you are steady to go. Yeah. But for sure, instead of searching and wondering if this is valid or do you need to do any other, I know exactly which certificates do you need, how much do they cost, and of course, where should you do them. So you get the shortcuts to make it happen.
And there's also another question. Is there maybe a web page where I can apply for working on yacht?
Yes, there's many of them, and this information you get at our webinar and models. I give you all the data for live. You can get also the e-brochure where you get all the basic information. So you get everything at one place. Don't you worry about that.
So all they have to do is just apply for your webinar, for your models, and they will get everything, and in April already be on yachts. How great!
For sure. And that's why we're here today. Instead of having, 3 days of long hours of webinars, we prepared 3-hour short webinar for special price. Instead of paying 169 euros, you pay today only 89 euros. And on top of everything, you get 1 free individual coaching with me. Good one. And that's why you can apply and book it here on the right hand side, and we can make it happen already next week.
And here is the question, Alyosha.
Yes?
Alyosha is asking, is the price for the webinar exclusive only for this show?
Yes. You have additionally 10 more minutes with this price, and later on, of course, the prices will be regular. So if you're ready today, we are ready for you next week.
So just click on button and apply.
Yes, that's correct. I think it's very good opportunity, and why should you even wait? You can do everything from your couch at home, and when the COVID will be gone, you will have all the certificates, all the knowledge, all the guidance. You just need to book a flight ticket and go on a job hunt.
Great, so just go for it, right? So actually 10 minutes from now they still have time and this special prize for your webinar. And
Yes.
probably for some additional questions, this is the website where they can contact you.
Yes, that's correct. You can contact me either through WhatsApp. My phone number is on our site. Either on our site, you have all information about all of the other programs. And of course, the date that you can join is already next week on Tuesday at 7 p.m. So let's do it. What are you waiting for? Because you know how they say, you only live once. But if you do it right, it's more than enough to live it only once. Good quote, don't you think so? And let me say another thing. Because of COVID, we have the same motto in yachting: safety first. And that's why I always wish you stay safe. Lots love, all the best, and hope to see you on Tuesday to start the new lifestyle for you. Happy New Year!